Welcome back to another episode of High Output Juice. In this series, what I attempt to answer is the question, does the type of battery that you use actually have any sort of influence on a Milwaukee M12 tool? Today, we're going to turn our attentions to the M12 3/8" crown stapler. I have a variety of batteries on hand, and we're going to see how these batteries impact performance in this tool. I have some low-spec batteries like this Milwaukee 2.0 CP. This battery here is one of my older batteries, not in very good condition. It might be representative of a battery that is not in great condition. It's not optimal. The rest of my batteries I'll test today are new. I have a new CP 2.0. I have a good condition CP 3.0. A new, latest, greatest high output CP 2.5. And I have these XC batteries. I've got two of them here. One of them is the XC 4.0. These batteries have their cells in parallel and can potentially deliver a lot more current than the CP batteries. And even more current can be delivered by these high output cells that are in these XC 5.0 batteries. These not only are they in parallel, but they are higher capability cells. Do better batteries actually influence the performance of this stapler? Well, in this video, we're going to try to find that out. I was doing some insulation work about a month ago, and I couldn't help but notice that the cycle time of this tool, I'd say it was the better part of a second. In other words, it took almost a second for it to get ready from one shot to the next shot to the next shot, and I wonder whether battery type might actually make a difference insofar as how quickly this tool is ready to get to the next shot or not. So in this video, we're going to attempt to do that. Here's our test setup. Up at the top, I have battery voltage being monitored there. We have amount of current being drawn by the tool visible in this clamp meter. And in the camera, or the microphone of the camera, we'll be monitoring the noise that the motor makes, and we can determine the length of the duty cycle from one shot to the next shot and see whether batteries make any sort of difference there. Now, for test staples, I'm using the biggest staples that this machine will handle. However, in reality, it's the spring that does the driving, not the battery. The battery just resets the mechanism. So what we're really interested in here is cycle time. Now here is the set of batteries. We're going to start off with this CP 2.0, not a good condition battery. This one here is over 5 years old now. Well, I'm going to jam that in there. And we'll get battery voltage there. So it's reading a little bit above 12 volts. Now, because my clamp meter, it's not updating as fast as I would like, I'm going to have to get an average or something like that for a number of different fires. I figure for each battery, I'm going to take 10 different fires, and well, let's see what happens. Let's get started. A new condition CP 2.0. CP 3.0. CP 2.5. XC 4.0. And lastly, the high output XC 5.0. And the results are in. Let's start with battery voltage. All of the batteries are charged up to above 12 volts. Kind of surprised that this battery charged above 12 volts. It's my weaker battery. I find that it usually only gets up to about 11.8 or 11.9, but oh well, 12.1 this time. I do know, though, from prior experience, and you can check out my other high output juice videos, that it is performing suboptimally. In fact, its capacity is down from its stated of about 2 amp hours. I figure it's about 1.5 amp-hour. And in all my other high output juice videos, it definitely underperforms in all the different tools I've tested so far. And now let's look at power consumed and cycle time. Insofar as peak power consumed by this tool provided by these batteries, there was not a whole huge difference between the worst performing battery and the best performing XC batteries. There was only about 11% increase in power that was actually being delivered to this tool to make that, well, the motor work harder and reset the mechanism quicker. And the improvement in speed was not staggering whatsoever. In fact, the improvement in speed between the worst battery and the best battery, it was only about a 20th of a second. I got my weakest battery in the unit at the moment. This is the older CP 2.0. I measured that it has a cycle time, the unit has a cycle time with this battery of just a little bit more than a half a second. Now, for the final test, what I'm going to do is just bump fire as fast as I bloody can and see whether it's able to actually keep up with me. There, cross your fingers I don't staple my thumb. And there we have it, 17 staples, rapid fired, and all of them sunk pretty well. Maybe one of them is raised by a half a millimeter. That could have just been my technique. Yeah, this stapler, it had absolutely no problem keeping up with me with a weak CP 2.0 battery. Yeah, so to conclude, do not bother going out and getting yourself a high output battery. They're just not necessary. A waste of money on that. Don't bother with the weight of an XC battery. It doesn't help out really either. Yeah, just use your old CP2 batteries. Plenty of battery life in these staplers. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you found this useful. Take care and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.